And why are you learning English?
Yes, so I want to learn English because I can talk with the people all over the world. Yes, and
Yes.
I have,
So it's an
I have interest, and I have knowledge of this language, and I can talk with you. Otherwise, it is impossible to talk. Yeah,
exactly, you can't communicate without it.
yeah,
So it's an international language. So people in all parts of the world will be learning and speaking English.
right.
So when did you first start learning English? How long ago?
I think it's been 3 years. Yes.
3 years? Oh, you have a very, very good level of English
Yeah, and I
for 3 years.
I am here on Cambly for a month, and
Mhm.
before that I learn on my own. Yes.
Oh, so what did you use to learn English? Your phone applications or books,
Mm,
internet?
yeah,
How did you do it?
most of time internet and YouTube. Yes, YouTube helped me a lot.
Yeah, YouTube.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's so helpful. I learned Spanish and I used to sit and watch many videos on YouTube to help me.
Yes.
Because like you, I never went to a school to study. I just was self-taught.
Yes. So nowadays, when we get confused any topic, then we can search and we get answer, good answer.
Yes,
Yes.
someone's asked it somewhere before, because if you think you have a question, then it's probably a common problem or a common question people have.
Mm,
So it's easy to find the right explanation.
right.
And how are you enjoying Cambly this past month?
Yes, it is a good place to speak with native speaker and know about them and to understand them, and also talking with the native speaker we get confidence in ourselves. So that's matter a lot. Yes.
Yeah, that's a huge part of learning a language, is being able to use it and become more confident.
Yeah.
Yeah, usually people are very nervous when they first come to Cambly, but after a while they build up their confidence.
Yes.
But it's great. So have you been speaking to tutors from many different countries?
Yes, I speak with South Africa, Australia, Ireland, and many part of
It's
the world.
it's so cool how you can do that. That's why I like tutoring on Cambly also, because the students are also from all over the world. I can talk
Yeah.
to someone in Brazil, then Japan, then Saudi Arabia, India. It's so interesting.
So enjoyable. So when we talk with them, then in our mind we feel like we travel there. Yes.
And are you going to? It sounds like you have children.
Yes, I have children. They are playing here.
That's nice. Are you
Yes.
going to teach them English?
Yes, yes. Yes, if I have knowledge this language, then I can teach them easily.
Yeah,
Yes.
it's easier for you to introduce it to them when they are young.
Yeah.
So the younger they
Yeah.
hear it, the easier it is.
And when we create environment in our house, then it also help the children. Yes.
Yeah. My son, I have a 3-year-old son, and my husband is from Mexico. I am from Britain, so he speaks English and Spanish. So we just grew up with my husband only speaking in Spanish to him, and I only speak in English to him. So now he can come to me, ask me in English, and then he can go to his father and ask his father in Spanish. And it's just so easy for children. Their brains just absorb
Right.
the information.
Yes, they will learn automatically. Yeah.
Yeah, so easy. Now, when you're older, it takes a lot of study, repetition, and practice for us.
All right. So, what you do in your life?
Well, right now I live in Thailand.
Mm-hmm.
So, me and my husband both do martial art called Muay Thai. Do you know it?
Mm-hmm.
Thai boxing.
No, no.
So it's like kickboxing, except
Mm-hmm.
in Thai boxing, when you're doing your boxing, you can also use your knees and your elbows. And
Yeah.
in Thailand, we train in the mornings and in the evenings. So maybe 4 hours a day, I'm in the gym. I also teach English to Chinese children online is my main job. And
Mm-hmm.
I do some Cambly for 1 or 2 hours in the day.
Yes. So, how do you teach the student online, Chinese student?
Every lesson comes with the material on the screen, and the screen is interactive, so we can both draw on the screen, and I can write and translate to them. But we try never to translate. We go with complete immersion, and with young children, when they don't understand, I have a
Mm-hmm.
system on my camera that I can make my camera interactive. Like if we're learning animals, I can put animals on my screen. I
Mm-hmm.
can I can play music. I can make a zoo or things like that. So it's all about being interactive, using lots of hand gestures and showing facial expressions and using real objects to help them learn.
Okay. So, which platform do you use to teach them?
Well, this one is called Dada, but it's only for children that live in China. It's a Chinese company, and its name is
Mm-hmm.
Dada. And it's this little panda is like their mascot, so this is called Dada. And because China, they have pandas, so it's all around pandas.
Mm. So there is a class, big class, and student is
Mm.
about
So no, I do
primary level.
one-on-one. So
Okay, one
I
on.
have one-on-one with a student, and they're aged between usually 4 years old and 16 years old. Most of them
Mm-hmm.
are between 4 and 14. When they get a little older, it's not so common. But
Right.
it's very easy. It's not so difficult. Even when they start with zero English, they pick it up quite quickly.
Yes. So what I saw when some British people I hear and talk with them, they speak a little bit faster and they um, put some words together. So I can't understand. But
Oh yeah, that's the problem. Sometimes when we can see you have good English, we take advantage of that and we forget to slow down our speaking a little.
mm-hmm.
But when that happens, just say, "Can you slow down, please?" Because
Right.
we get really involved in the conversation because you are speaking well and we just forget. So just reminds the tutors to speak slower,
Yeah.
because definitely
Uh,
with the Chinese children it's all very very slow and acted out with lots of actions, and
mm.
they can't really, the younger ones, they can't have a conversation, so it's
Their
different.
accent is very different. Yes.
Yeah, sometimes it's hard for them to lose their accent, and sometimes they can pick it up very well. Some of them really
Yeah.
want to have a British accent, and they copy the Queen's English, and their parents are very strict on them, very, very strict. So they study a lot in China.
Right. So when some people copy the accent, I think so that is not good thing. I think because they feel like not real English speaking. Yeah.
Yeah, it's not. I don't like it either. But that's
Mm.
what they think makes them sound more
Native
intelligent.
speaker.
Yeah,
Mm.
but it's the
They,
parents that force them to be
they
like.
wanna be a native speaker, but it is. I think it is impossible. And if we do a lot of hard work, then we can after some years, but not
Yeah,
in
but it should
some
come
days.
naturally through learning and practicing. And
Yes.
maybe your accent will never be the same as a native speaker because
Mm.
you don't
Yes.
live in their native speaking country. If you live in a
Yes.
native speaking country, it would be much easier for you to adapt.
Right. So some Indian peoples, when I hear them, that they choose a different word. In native English speaker not use that word mostly, I think, but they use why I don't know. Yes, and we also can't understand what they are speaking. So yes,
Yeah, I find that foreigners who learn English and get to a very good level, they sometimes use words that are like very complicated in English that a native speaker wouldn't
yeah,
normally use in daily conversation, and it confuses
right,
us because it's obviously it's a word, it's in the dictionary, but we don't use
yeah,
it in daily life, and they sound intelligent, but it's not natural.
right. Because they learn English from book
Hmm.
and they translate every words, I think.
For word by
So
word.
yeah, so when they found some word they have learned before, and they come in their mind, then they speak, but they don't know about the conversation English language.
Yeah.
I think, yeah,
It might change more so now that people are using internet and YouTube more, and they will be learning more from native speakers, whereas before it was much more difficult to find a native speaker to learn from for some people.
right. So you come here. When come you here?
I'm usually on, I don't know what time it is for you, but